Every great jam begins with one key ingredient: fresh and ripe strawberries. But before these berries become a sweet spread, they first need to be carefully harvested. Strawberry plants are typically hand-picked to ensure the berries remain in perfect condition for jam production. Each berry is inspected to ensure only the best are selected, as high-quality fruit is essential for making the finest jam. Once picked, the strawberries are quickly transported to the factory where the process begins. Trucks loaded with strawberries arrive at the factory daily, ensuring a constant supply of fresh fruit. Upon arrival, the strawberries are immediately inspected for quality. Only the best, ripest strawberries make it past this point, as quality control is critical to producing a delicious jam. The first step inside the factory is washing the strawberries. Automated systems use high-pressure water jets to wash the fruit, removing any dirt, pesticides, or other contaminants. After washing, the strawberries pass through a sorting machine. Here, they are graded by size and ripeness. Any berries that don't meet the factory's standards are removed, leaving only the best strawberries to move on to the next step. Next, the strawberries are prepared for cooking. Machines automatically hull the berries, removing the green tops, and then slice them into smaller pieces. This ensures that the strawberries cook evenly during the jam-making process. The prepared fruit is then moved into large vats, ready for the next stage. The key ingredients in strawberry jam are, of course, strawberries, sugar, and pectin. In this step, the sliced strawberries are placed into large industrial cookers. Sugar is added in specific amounts to not only sweeten the mixture, but also to act as a natural preservative. Pectin, a naturally occurring thickening agent, is then added. This helps the jam achieve its characteristic texture, allowing it to set properly. The mixture is slowly heated, allowing the strawberries to release their juices and break down. As the fruit cooks, it begins to blend with the sugar and pectin, creating the base of the jam. This stage requires precision. The temperature and cooking time are closely monitored to ensure the jam thickens just right, without burning or losing flavor. While the jam is cooking, regular quality checks are carried out. Factory workers take samples from the vats to test the jam's consistency, sweetness, and flavor. If the jam isn't thick enough, additional pectin may be added to achieve the right texture. Meanwhile, the glass jars that will hold the jam are being prepared. Sterilization is a critical step to ensure that the jam remains fresh for a long time. The jars are heated to high temperatures in large ovens, which kill any bacteria or germs that may be present. This ensures the jam stays uncontaminated and has a longer shelf life. Once the jam reaches the perfect consistency and the jars are sterilized, it's time to fill them. This step is fully automated. The jam is still hot when it's poured into the jars, which helps create a tight seal when the lids are added. The filling machines are extremely precise, ensuring that each jar gets the exact right amount of jam. Immediately after filling, the jars are sealed with metal lids. These lids form a vacuum seal as the jam cools, locking in freshness. Here, each jar receives its label, complete with details like the flavor, brand, and expiration date. Once labeled, the jars are ready for packaging. With the jam packed and sealed, the final step is packaging. The jars are packed into boxes and prepared for shipment. Whether destined for local supermarkets or international markets, These jars of jam are now ready to be distributed and enjoyed by customers around the world. The making of soft biscuit in factory begins in the mixing room, where key ingredients like flour, sugar, butter, milk, and leavening agents are combined to form the biscuit dough. The secret to a soft biscuit lies in the perfect ratio of these ingredients. Industrial mixers ensure the dough is blended evenly, creating a smooth, consistent texture. This step is critical. Too much mixing can result in tough biscuits, while too little won't create the desired softness. Once the dough is ready, it's cut into familiar biscuit shapes. Various molds can be used depending on the type of biscuit being produced. Next, the shaped biscuits are transferred to large conveyor belts that move them through industrial ovens. Baking temperatures and times are carefully controlled to achieve the perfect balance of a soft interior and slightly crisp exterior. The baking process causes the dough to rise and creates the fluffy texture we all love in soft biscuits. After baking, the biscuits need to cool before packaging. Conveyor belts transport them to a cooling area where they are inspected for quality. Finally, the biscuits are wrapped in airtight packaging to maintain their freshness. Whether they're destined for local stores or shipped across the country, the packaging ensures the biscuits stay soft and delicious. Lipton has been at the forefront of tea production for over a century. The process of making Lipton tea bags starts with carefully selected tea leaves, harvested from tea estates around the world, including India, Kenya, and Sri Lanka. The leaves are hand-picked at their peak for optimal flavor. Once the tea leaves are picked, they are transported to the factory where they undergo a precise drying process. The leaves are withered, rolled, oxidized, and dried to lock in their flavor. This process transforms the fresh tea leaves into the black, green, or herbal teas we know, with each variety processed differently to achieve unique flavors. Once dried, the tea is blended according to Lipton's carefully crafted recipes. Expert tea tasters ensure that each blend meets the brand's high standards for flavor and consistency. The tea is then placed into bags made of heat-sealed, biodegradable materials. Each tea bag contains just the right amount of tea for a perfect brew. After bagging, the tea bags are packed into Lipton's iconic yellow boxes. Throughout the process, rigorous quality control checks are carried out to ensure each tea bag delivers a consistent, flavorful cup of tea. The journey of making 7UP begins with the main ingredients: carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, and natural lemon-lime flavors. These are carefully blended to create the base syrup. The mixture is then precisely carbonated, giving 7UP its signature fizz. Next, the carbonated syrup is piped into a filling machine that dispenses the perfect amount of soda into each bottle or can. Every bottle and can is capped and sealed to lock in, the carbonation keeping the soda fresh and fizzy. Throughout the process, rigorous quality control tests ensure that every can meets 7UP's high standards. Once checked, the bottles and cans are labeled and packed for distribution, ready to be shipped to stores worldwide. From factory to your fridge, that's how every can of 7UP is made. Crisp, refreshing, and always ready to quench your thirst.